Did you know that you could be buying stocks on Webull the incorrect way? There's a much better way. There's a way that you can actually save money. And if you're just a beginner, you're just starting off with Webull, this video is here to help you decide what way to buy stocks on Webull might be more beneficial to you that you might not be thinking about. What we need to cover is specifically in the Webull app. And what I'm going to do is live here on video. I'm going to take you through exactly how to buy a stock. I'm actually going to show you step by step how to do this the right way. Now, a lot of people just go in and what they do is they look at a stock that they want to buy. Let's say, I don't know, whatever, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, whatever stock you want to buy. You go in and you just hit the buy button. That might actually be costing you money over time because what a lot of people don't know, especially when they're beginners and they're just starting off, is the fact that there's a difference between market order and limit order. Now, here's the big difference. A market order is specifically saying, I am buying the stock at the price that it's currently going for. Let's take Tesla for an example. Right here you can see on Webull, the current price for Tesla is going for about $774.75. So if I come down here and I type order type market and I want to buy, let's say you just want to buy one share, you're going to be paying exactly what that price is going for at that time, $774. All you do is you hit buy and then you're done with it, but you could have gotten a better deal. So here's the big difference. With a limit order, I come here to the order type and I click on the arrow and then I choose the very top option that says limit. I'm going to click on that and now it allows me to name my price. Where this can be very effective is as a buyer, you want to make sure you're getting the best price. Think about it. You go to the grocery store, you go somewhere to buy something, you want to make sure you're getting the best deal, right? You don't want to overpay for a loaf of bread. You want to get that loaf of bread at the best possible price. And that's exactly what's going on here. If I select a buy limit order, I can set my price. Now I can use the plus and the minus right here on the Webull app, or I can tap on it and literally set my price. Now, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Don't set it to, I want to buy it at $100 a share, because the likelihood of Tesla falling from $774 to $100 today would be damn near impossible. But you could say, hey, okay, if it's going right now for $774.90, let's say if it goes from $774.60, I want to buy one share. Now that's a couple cents, but hey, money's money, money is money is money, right? So anytime that you have a chance to score a discount, let's take advantage of that, especially if you think there's going to be good fluctuation throughout the day. Another thing that you could look at is if you think that there's a lot of volatility today and that this stock could potentially drop by $1, set your limit price to $773, hit buy, and what happens in a limit order is that it gives you that option to then buy the share at the discount. So let's dive in just a little bit more to explain exactly how this works. So there's two ways you can do this within Webull. You can say, I want to set a limit order for a certain price by the end of today. And that means by the end of the stock market day. You have a second option. The second option is, I want to set a limit order for this price, not only by the end of this day, but I'll also do extended hours. That's the beauty of Webull. They offer you extended hours. So you go and you indicate which option you want, and then Webull will do its best. Now, it's only if it hits your limit price. So in our example of Tesla, if it doesn't hit our price that we named, we're out of luck. But if you think that maybe a month from now or 60 days from now, that price could be reached, then what we want to do is set a limit order, and we want to do good until canceled in the order type. Good until canceled will allow this limit order to remain active up through 60 days. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind is keep an eye on your cash balance unless you're trying to use margin. The key point is here, you have an active order for the next 60 days. If that price, that limit price gets hit within Webull, you will buy that share of stock, which means if you don't have the cash available, you're either going to dip into margin or your trade is going to fail. So make sure you have the cash available over the 60-day period that this limit order is active. Then after 60 days, if it doesn't hit the limit order, that means your share did not execute, you didn't get to buy your share, and the order will officially cancel. That's what good to cancel means. But the beauty of that is you can say, I want to bet on a discount. I want to say that this price will be set at $772 for Tesla. If it hits $772 at any period of time in the next 60 days, I want you, Webull, to buy me one share of that stock without me having to log onto the app 5,652 times a day to check to see what the price is. I'm going to set it and forget it over the next 60 days. That's the beauty of a limit order. You can also do this with selling. You can set your price for selling anytime that you want. That means that at this price, I want you to sell my share of stock. If it reaches that price, you're good. You can do the same type of setup in the order flow. That means you can set it either in the day, daily stock market, after hours, extended hours within Webull, or you can do the good until cancel, which means it won't just be for the current day, it will be all the way through for the next 60 days, good until canceled. So when should you actually go with a limit order? Well, that's a great question. Here are some ways to think about if you should do a market order when you buy your stocks in Webull or a limit order. Number one consideration is you want to specify your price. You don't want to just get it at the market price. Sometimes much different from where the stock is currently. That could be a good reason to set a limit order. Another good reason is you want to trade a stock that's really illiquid or has a very high bid-ask spread. And that's usually more than 5 cents. Now, the bid-ask spread is the difference between the buyer and the seller and what they're willing to either buy or sell the stock for. Sometimes stocks that don't move as quickly as some of these big boys do will have a higher bid-ask spread. And that means if you're buying a stock that you believe in that doesn't move a lot in volume, you really need to consider a limit order. And the last consideration is maybe you're trading a high number of shares. For example, more than 100. So if you want to buy 100 shares of stock, that 10 cents or 1 cent difference between a limit order and a market order can add up quite quickly. So it might be good, regardless of how liquid or illiquid a stock is, you buy it anyway, because that gives you that option to save a few extra pennies and spread across 100 shares. It definitely adds up. So I decided to do this recently with VTI. Let me show you exactly how it worked. I decided to hit a trade, and instead of doing the market order, I selected limit order. Now, for this particular example, it was a couple days ago. The current price, as you can see, was $224.44. Now, VTI was on a drop on this particular day, and I said, hey, this is an opportunity. I could get it at even more of a discount. So what I did is I set my limit price to $223.50. I said I wanted to buy 1 share if VTI, in the course of today, on regular stock market hours only, hits $223.50, I want to buy 1 share. So then I confirmed, I hit go, and then it kind of sat there until it did or did not trade. Well, guess what? It ended up trading, which means that that stock price hit $223.50 in the course of the day. And check it out. There is my proof right there. Purchased $920 for $223.50. It worked. So I literally set this like early in the morning when the stock market first opened, went away, came back later in the day. I said, hey, it looks like right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time, I got my wish and it came true. How awesome is that? You can see that's quite low from my last order back on 9/17 when it was going for $230 a share. That's pretty cool. And that's a good way and a good example of using a limit order to buy in the right fashion. Now, how does this work on a desktop? A lot of you ask, hey, you show the app, what about the desktop? Let's look at the Webull desktop and exactly how that works. So right here is the Webull desktop, and you're actually viewing this from an iMac point of view, but it works in the same fashion. So right over here on the side, once you select whatever stock you're looking at, in this case, we're looking at Apple, I am going to say buy, and here it is, a limit order, quantity, let's say we're only going to do 1 because we're just starting off with 1. Name your price. What is your current price? Now keep in mind what the current price is going for, $146.92. So we want to set something lower than that at maybe like $146.80. Again, you can go lower than that if you want to, especially if you're going to do a good till canceled order, in which case you're going to wait until it hits maybe 145, 130, 120 in the next 60 days if you are bullish and you want to take advantage of a discount without having to worry about missing that discount. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're only going to do 146.80, and we're going to say time and forces day. Again, I could do good to cancel, but I'm pretty confident that in extended hours, because that's what we're in right now, this is actually going to drop to 146.80, and in which case it will fulfill my order. So all I have to do is hit buy Apple. It will pop up a confirmation screen, and then I hit buy, and then I'll be good to go. Now, if it doesn't, for whatever reason, hit 146.80 today, that means it will not fill and this order will cancel because I selected time in force equals day. So make sure you're buying stocks the right way on Webull. What other questions do you have that I didn't answer? Comment down below. We'll make sure we get to them. Until next time, make sure you subscribe for more personal finance videos. Check out this video next. We'll see you on the next video.